Hey everybody, thank you guys for tuning in once again for my YouTube video. These are the jumbo knotless braids with curly ends, aka the Leray braids, just like the ones from my last video, only these have a pop of color. Keep watching if you want to see how I achieved these braids, and I will be slowing the video down and explaining later in the video. So what you'll need for these braids is rubber bands, jam, I use extra hold, scissors, combs. To curl the ends, I use this perm rod, some hair clips. I always oil the scalp. This says tropical roots, but this is some hair oil I made myself. Mousse, for after the braids are finished, you want to mousse it and then blow dry it. And then for the actual hair, I use 2 packs of 18-inch expression pre-stretched hair, the packs with 3 bundles in each pack. So this is what her hair looks like before. This is what it looked like when she came. This is what it looks like after I blow dried it. And let's get right into it. So you want to go ahead and part off your first row. Like I said in the last video, make sure you apply product directly to the part and then repart it like I just did. And that's how you'll achieve the cleanest, crispiest parts you've ever seen. Okay, so when you're parting out your first row, just keep in mind that it should be maybe 2/3 of the way up from the bottom of the ear. You don't want it to be over your client's ear, but you do want it to be close to the top of your client's ear, because remember, these are jumbo knotless braids. These are not large, you know, they're jumbo. Jumbo is big. You're not supposed to have more than 20 braids in your head. So the bottom row should have 3 braids. So I part the bottom section into thirds, apply product directly to the part, repart it for those crispy parts, and then section off where I'm gonna braid. So after you've parted out your first 3 braids, you want to go ahead and part one of your sections into 3. That's how I start all of my knotless braids. It's the easiest way that I've found to do it, and it makes it look the neatest. And for each braid, on the bottom 2 rows, I used a total of 6 pieces of hair, and then the higher up you get, the more pieces of hair you're gonna need, just so that the length of all of the braids can fall to the same place. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, so for the first and second row, I used 6 pieces of hair. For the third row, I used 7, and for the fourth row, I used 8. Also, you may notice that in the finished product there are no curly pieces like the one I just added, but that's because my client originally wanted the jumbo knotless braids with curly pieces hanging out, but once we finished, which you'll see later in the video, we realized that it just looked crazy and it was unnecessary. The curl pattern at the bottom of the braid did not match the curl pattern of the curly pieces she wanted, so I just told her maybe we should cut them off, and she trusted me and we cut them off, and the braids looked so much better. So for the second row, this should be about at your temples, at your client's temples, and there should be 6 braids in this row. Part directly down the middle, and then 3 braids on one side, 3 braids on the other side, and then braid as normal. So It is totally embarrassing, but this happens to the best of us. You're gonna see me start this braid about 3 different times because it just didn't look right to me, and I am a perfectionist, so I definitely wanted to make sure that the braid looked nice at the root. See, there I go already taking it out, and I'm probably gonna take it out 2 more times, but we're all human, we all make mistakes. It is okay to take your time with what you're doing. So I had someone ask me to do some close-ups in my last video, and asking you shall receive. So here goes a little close-up of me braiding. I basically turn the hair twice and then add my first piece, and then braid 1, 2, add my second piece, and so on and so on and so on until I have used all 6 pieces of hair. So for your third row, you're gonna go ahead and part it out. Make sure you apply product directly to the parts, and you know, we want those crispy parts. But this row should also have 6 braids. Sorry, my big head is all in the camera. That happened a couple of times in this video, but I will really try to do better. Make sure you section off your braids before you start braiding. It makes it so much easier. And again, the first row has 3 braids, the second row has 6 braids, the third row has 6 braids. And I'm just gonna stop talking for a while and let you guys watch, and I will be back. So as you can see, the top section of hair only has 4 braids. So the bottom section has 3, the 2 middle rows have 6, and the top has 4. So after you've parted your hair into 3 sections, you want to turn the braid 4 times. Then you add your first piece of hair, then braid 1, 2, add your second piece of hair, 1, 2, add your third piece of hair, and keep going until you've used all 8 pieces of hair. Because at this point, remember, the top row you're going to use 8 just so that the braid can be as long as the bottom row. So I definitely want to mention that when you are braiding close to the edge, you should only turn the hair twice and then add your first piece of hair, whereas in this clip, I turned the hair 4 times and then added my first piece of hair because this hair is thicker, so I don't have to add in my first piece as soon. If you've made it this far, I definitely appreciate it. I know you're here to really learn, and I'm gonna keep making these videos just for you. So if you have any questions or comments, you can definitely comment down below and let me know, and I do reply to my comments. If you have any suggestions on how I can make the videos better, definitely comment that below. I am not gonna feel like you're throwing shade. I love constructive criticism. So in this video, I did include me dipping the hair a little bit and trimming it and stuff like that I did not include in the last video. So stay tuned. We're almost done. We've almost finished. This is actually the last braid, and then I'm going to wrap the ends with perm rods, dip it into boiling water, trim off the little excess hair, put mousse on it, blow dry it, all the little finishing touches. So go ahead and keep watching. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I definitely appreciate y'all. On the road to 1K. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. So at this point, I have trimmed the hair, I've dipped it, I'm taking the perm rods off and doing little finishing touches. So my client looked in the mirror and was like, yeah, you're right, these curly pieces look crazy. And I said, let's cut them off. That's me cutting them off, and the finished product looks so good. Look at this. Beautiful parts. The curls are cute. The braids are popping. That pop of color is cute. I loved her hair. She loved her hair. And I hope you all love her hair too. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Follow me on Instagram at Keyswork, KEYSWORK_. It will be in the description box. And stay tuned because I will be having giveaways. I just gave away $150 to one of my subscribers.